Welcome to A Redhead Rewriting Reality, presented by multi-genre author Kimberly Sue Iverson, a place where stories become companion to life, where stories are bridges that connect us all, and conversations feel like coming home. I am your host, Kimberly Sue Iverson, and today I'll be sharing with you a story that's close to my heart. If you prefer to read along or explore more stories, visit my website at KimberlySueIverson.com. This blogcast is intended for an adult audience. Themes and topics may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Now, get yourself comfy and make yourself at home as we dive into today's tale. Guardians of the Void release chapters up next. The next post will be the chapters, so this isn't long. I'll share the first 3 chapters of the book with you. I usually release the first chapter, but for this, I will give you 3 chapters to celebrate the release on ebook and paperback. If you're listening to this versus reading, I have all the links on the blog post. You can also find them in the description of this video if you're listening. So I can hopefully get caught up on posting and get ahead of schedule. I'm going to write up this post, then post the Guardians of the Void chapters as the next post. I'll share a couple of them too. Usually I share the first chapter of my books upon release, unless it's a short. Then I just share a snippet of the work. But if you search any book of mine on my site, KimberlySueIverson.com, you will find the first chapter. Occasionally, I give others away, depending. I used to film myself reading the first chapters, but right now, having to rebuild comfort with being on video and a schedule for that, figuring out where and how I can, it basically means that I'm not going to. I will in time try to get back to those. You will probably see me start to post small snippets of shorts and reels online to really get back to filming self though. It may be around my dogs, me, whatever I feel like in the moment I can do. Be kind with the comments, please. All you trolls potentially that come by. Jeez, I know that isn't realistic. I'm hypersensitive to criticism, no matter what it may seem like, no matter how much I get, no matter how much someone trolls me. Anyone with an older sibling or a sibling at all will know you grow up being trolled. Right now, though, I'm so raw that I may shut down from too much negative. That's been a struggle of mine I've faced and had to force myself to work through anyway. I often would get people focused on instantly critiquing what I do. I know it comes from a good place in them, but for me, what I feel and have told them is more that I feel like I have higher standards on me right away. I'll look at someone do some really basic, raw thing, and they're praised up and down. When I try something that I think people will really enjoy and be a good thing for people, it's either total silence, so I figure nobody cares and I quit eventually, or right away they try to help me do better and it's a critique versus that's really good. So to come out of the gate, I need utter perfection, while another is fine being a mess essentially. We can critique someone after we praise them and if they want it, as in, that's awesome that you've done that. I'm so proud of you. I would like to offer a suggestion to help if you're open and ready for one. Versus straight up, that's cool, but maybe you need to edit this better. Does that feel different? But this. And the praise is so minor, it essentially feels like we're a failure and shouldn't try at all anymore. Just stop it. You're horrible at this, and why would you ever dare to try this or want to? Since this isn't the best perfect thing at the top of the line quality for exactly what you're trying, you need to stop before you start. I truly do understand. Many of those people believe I am capable of more than I probably could do, that it wasn't always a negative, and their high expectations were their attempts to help me achieve this extraordinary space they thought I could hit, perfection or close to. But all that pressure to be great and amazing, strong and invulnerable destroyed me. Just like the narcissistic mother I had, who chose to destroy her daughter instead of love her daughter, who every day she felt the need to cut me down in any way, every way she could, who didn't actively love me and support me and build me up, but tore me down and destroyed my sense of self and confidence, because that's what brought her the most pleasure. Many would say, don't let criticism get to you, or it's not personal, or many other things. It's how it's delivered for one, and for the other, maybe not everyone needs to critique everything everyone does. After a while, criticism will get to you no matter who you are. Not all criticism does get to me or bother me, even in this hypersensitive state I'm in. If someone is finally trying something you've seen a million times, why criticize? What have we done to better their day by doing that? Have you done anything special today? I see that way too much now in comments. Many offering unsolicited advice. Many cutting someone down. Don't get me wrong. I see the overabundance of ridiculous quote-unquote life hacks and marketing ploys done so it can be annoying. Or the girls dancing ridiculous to advertise their OnlyFans page or just to get attention for zero reasons. I see many who work hard at something get passed over and buried by these default post-short snippets of nothing, just to say someone is doing something wrong, so you'll click it and watch. I see all of it. I see saturation of people even pretending to achieve something that we can at home, but then in the end what it is a very slyly edited video on purpose to seem it's doable. It isn't. It's just edited well, with two different things happening. It might be AI too. I see them because I'm not immune to the random click when I check for notifications on a site that I have to deal with, and happen to see the "this will save you 5 minutes" shorts, or "this is how it's really done," and I click. Cooking, cleaning, and organizing hacks are my worst problems. And I'm not better than anyone else. I've had my own moments where I may have slipped into instant critiques. I try to hold my tongue if I can't praise them, or I just say I'm not interested, so it's not recommended again. Like those dating so-called gurus, as I've mentioned, who tell someone do one thing, but also don't do that in another video. Or they make people feel bad for being utterly normal and wanting a good relationship. They purposely ensure the people around them are vulnerable and anxious, so that person keeps coming back to be told what to do. to ensure their following hangs on every word. I've even started to see these videos pop up on YouTube where young girls are essentially teaching one another that normal, healthy things are wrong. The pretty popular Mean Girls kind of thing. Telling others how to behave to quote-unquote get the guy, and the advice is usually sexual in nature or don't be yourself, which is sadly also what dating gurus often push. I'm calling them gurus since these aren't healthy individuals teaching good advice for a healthy long-term relationship or marriage, but a date and hookup most likely. Just have some fun is all you have to do. Be light and playful. Don't talk about that ex or else. Don't tell a guy your body count. He really doesn't need to know or want to. Don't be honest about everything or open. Don't be you. Only be lighthearted and fun. Don't do deep conversations. I hate trivial conversations. So if you want shallow and hi, how are you 24/7, please pass me by. I've seen on one app the abundance of pushing focus purely on looking good to the point that young girls are stick figures and praised for it. Guys have to be utter perfection as well. The older crowd fortunately don't push that. But it does make me worry that it seems more push on look versus health when it should be both. If you want to look good, do so, not to the point you'll die for it. Trust me, once those 40s hit, your body, like the rest of us, will most likely shift unless you remain full-on hardcore dedicated to pushing self. A normal, healthy body will change because everything changes. It's not that you can't still look good, remain thin, all of it. But a 20-year-old's body is not the same as a 30 or 40-year-old. The needs are different. What works becomes different. And again, if it helps someone or that's all they need, cool. I'm not necessarily saying any of that is bad for people. I don't tell you what's good for you. I like things that I shouldn't and aren't healthy. I'm not Miss Perfect. Before anyone thinks I'm critiquing that from a space of woe is me, until this past year plus, when I was physically incapable of working out, even once I got older, I kept the weight off. I was thin to many. I saw myself otherwise, but I had muscle and was athletic. I'm not into fat acceptance and love that unhealthy weight attitudes, but nor will I say being thin is wrong. Some can't lose weight and are healthy. Some are tiny and struggle to put on weight. My body has always been athletic. Once upon a time, I did become overweight, and I spent over 10 years changing my life and habits and exercise to lose it. This past year too, since I couldn't maintain a regular exercise routine, my body did suffer. So now that I can actually begin moving it again, I already see parts of it shifting back into that athletic space. I'm not worried that I'll get back to where I was before. Toning I need most of all. I'll go into that in the next blog. Enough about the criticisms. As I said, I will be shifting a lot around me and trying new things. So on top of a rebranding for my author work, you will definitely see me trying out a lot of different new, maybe old to some, things. One will be trying to post more shorts. Get more comfortable in front of one of my most hated things, the camera. I await all the idiots who suddenly pop up and lump me into the category of look at this woman just seeking attention, as all women do. I'm going to make it my mission to tear her off this pedestal. In which case, I will deal with trolls as I used to, and many may not approve of. Is it healthy to put those men in their place? Is it right to feed the trolls? Not necessarily. But if I'm bored, I will do what I've had fun doing with before, and shutting them down as the little toddlers they tend to act like. I think the best part is when I say that and people only think I'm gonna bring out the biatch side. And yeah, it can. But no, I just point out where they're being rude and otherwise. I've ended up having some really good conversations after with people who've tried to troll me. I'm not losing my mind on people just because. I'm not losing who I am just trying to sort self out. I still have a lot of sadness in me I battle too, which is hard to overcome. I need to rebuild my confidence and self-esteem, and I will do it in any way I feel like, can, or want to. And I have to answer to nobody for being myself and being a grown adult wanting to have some fun. People can criticize, people can cut down, people can be rolling their eyes or otherwise. I look in the mirror at the end of the day, and they do not. You aren't my keeper. You are your keeper. Look in your own mirror and wonder why you feel the need to cut another down versus building them up if that's a problem for you. To see a woman actually having healthy, natural fun and trying to enjoy life for a change, even if that's acting like a child, even if that's being a corporate boss babe, even if that's doing whatever it looks like for her. If it's helping someone keep going, feel good, and it's not getting wasted on drugs and alcohol or sleeping with a gazillion freaking people in one day and being utterly irresponsible, what's your issue? Go have your own fun. Whenever I say that word, fun, all I think too is how people equate it to something dangerous, bad, gross, vulgar. What's fun to me? Cooking, cleaning, singing along to songs, dancing to songs while I cook, going for a walk in the forest, along the beach, playing pool, playing sports, playing cards, playing board games, putting together puzzles, reading, gardening, crocheting and knitting, and hell, I'd get on a swing set if I were near one. Not a single drop of anything terrible in there. I mean, unless you think that is, in which case, I don't care. Too many equate alcohol, sex, and drugs to fun. Grow up. Or not. I will be over here acting like a child, not growing up, because I am playful and regathering my confidence in the process of embracing that side again. I think I'm going to ease off on this channel for trying to figure it out and just start with what I've been doing so far. When I get someone who wants me to share a story of theirs, I will completely still do the same thing. I will completely share work for others because that makes me incredibly happy to do. I will still be sharing blogs and stories, but for now I will just allow it to be a bit of chaos. So shorts could be the dogs or otherwise parts of my life, which is me telling my story and figuring self out. Figuring out a lot of things. It is me sharing my struggles with writing and my joys, the passion of it all. Stories has been the focus and will be, but instead of forcing something specific, I'm going to allow a lot of the chaos to see what sticks and fits with who is drawn here as much as self. This is going to be, as it's been anyway, a story of my life. Since I am not just one thing, I don't do just one thing. I am not just my writing or my work or whatever else I share. It is a story, one still unfolding. Just because I'm over 40 doesn't mean life is done. It's completed. It's figured out. Guess what? When life happens, it's freaking chaos and can be a royal pain in the rear. I'm evolving, and I am still a redhead rewriting reality, but I am a story unfolding as much as you. This will be a story of my life, and you will get to see me figure it out. Figure out who I am after too much abuse and trauma, after struggling and fighting for better. I'd love for you to come along and see it, but understand if it doesn't work for you. I want to try to improve and do better. And hey, if it helps inspire another as well, or help them relax, have a laugh, think, then great. Rather than strive for perfection, I will strive for embracing vulnerability, chaos, childlike awe and wonder, and reinventing myself for the millionth time, helping others share their stories too. I went through to find out what was my most viewed videos yesterday on YouTube, and you know what was? The video where I shared the start of me getting in place, singing to Kona, and trying to get ready to film. The one where it was 3 a.m. and I just sat down and figured I would film what happened with my mom and update as to why I'd been gone. I was cold too, because we didn't have heat on in the house. It was winter, so I was in a few shirts, a hoodie, and my brother's old security beanie. So the most vulnerable videos I've posted were the ones with the highest views, not the ones where I worked hard to do something great. The rawest videos. That's what these are too, in truth. It's just different since I'm not on camera. Guess it's time to really embrace being vulnerable and raw. My work will still be getting a rebrand, but I went back to using my regular name I use, the short version, on this channel and my socials, since that's me, not just my author work. So you'll see Kim Iverson. I had considered doing redhead rewriting reality, but I think my shortened version of my name and the name I go by all the time is better. I'm not perfect. I'll never be, but that doesn't mean I can't figure out who I am, keep learning, keep striving to be better. I think I deserve the chance to figure out who that is. I won't say the right words, have the most perfect explanations. I don't always behave how I should. I'm me. Did you notice I'm kind of messed up? Yups. I've always been myself. I've just been criticized and critiqued down into a shell of nothing. Because in my head, I was taught, unless it's perfect, don't try. Unless you're perfect, and you won't ever be, you'll never achieve anything. You'll never amount to anything. You're not good enough, you're not perfect enough, smart enough, qualified enough, pretty enough, and on it goes. And yes, those beliefs have been reinforced. One could say I attracted it, as some do believe we choose our parents and our life path. One could say I allowed it, as once more it was all on me to, of course, make the right, perfect decisions, and since I didn't, I'm a failure. I still fail. Gosh darn, Kim, why didn't you know exactly how to behave and have the exact mindset or words or perfect outfit? Hell, everything I do right now still fills me with immense shame and humiliation. It can be beyond hard for me to attempt to do anything, especially if I know someone is watching. I am horrified, while weirdly at the same time, I don't mind it if it brings them pleasure to do so, or they want to in general. Maybe it's just the hearing of criticisms in my head and negative comments I've always received. Why that bar was always beyond reachable for me, I may never understand. It wasn't just my narcissist of a mother either. It was so many around me. So now I have such a feeling of failure attached to everything I do, and I'm working so hard to break myself of those thoughts. But gosh darn is it hard as hell, I have to say. But I'll never achieve half of what I want to if I don't break out of the shell and prison my mom built around me, all the abusers, stalkers, men who sexually assaulted me, raped me. I won't be able to actually figure out who I am if I don't encompass that darn courage people believe I have, or that is my astrology sign, the lion. Hi. Do what terrifies you most. For me, this is that. For me, it's showing the self that's been cut down, torn down, destroyed every time I tried to do anything. Any time I tried to be genuinely me. Not always, no. I'm not saying every single minute I haven't had good people around me. Those people are the reason I am still breathing. We don't have to jump off a skyscraper to be extraordinary, or perform a magic trick that's death-defying to step out on a ledge. For some of us, it's just saying, here is who I really am. Hate me or love me, it's me, and I'm doing the best I can. I'm getting out of bed, and I'm breathing. I'm trying. I have been lied to, cheated on, abused, and all manner of horrible things, and I'm still breathing, and I'm still trying. Trying my best not to let that pain infect me and turn into a bitter, cruel, cold woman. Insecure as hell right now, but attempting to do better. Hopefully that's enough. And no, not everything was bad and horrible. I'll never say that either. Which is why I'm a redhead rewriting reality and just going to focus on trying to be me and sharing the story of my life in any way or form I can. Writing my books and hopefully achieving financial freedom for once, so I don't ever have to be in the position I was last year, ever again. In the process, I do still want to share whatever you like too, so don't hesitate to reach out if you have a story to tell for your chance to be featured. Tell me if you're feeling like doing similar, or in a moment in your life that you're readjusting and wanting some change. I would love to hear that. Also, that I'm not the only one in this frame of mind. Because if there is something you want to change, that you feel you can, join in. Let's both go through this together. It's never too late to change, to be better, choose better, create better. And here's to getting vulnerable and playing like a child and retaining that youthfulness we all adore. More to come. Thank you for reading and subscribing. I'm beyond grateful you chose to spend this time with me. What are your thoughts? Engage with me and start a conversation. Just don't be rude about it. And as always, your shares are so incredibly appreciated. Share with anyone you think may enjoy this. Word of mouth is the best form of expanding the reach, so this reaches the eyes and ears of whoever may enjoy it. My donation link, if you'd like to support me and help keep this going, is ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. That's ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. Every little bit helps, so thank you for your generosity. Remember, kings and queens, everyone is fighting battles inside nobody can see. Who are you willing to see today? And who are you willing to let see you today? I hope someone brings a smile to you today, or you can bring a smile to someone else. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you are more than welcome to, and I'd love to connect you there. For Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, I have to use Kimberly Sue Iverson. There is also a page for Redhead Rewriting Reality on Facebook, but for X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Telegram, and most other socials, you can find me under Kimber Bites. That's KIMBERBITES, which is what I normally use. Do you like Snapchat? Feel free to add me under Feisty Kitty. That's FEISTYKITTY. I had originally installed it for a friend, but have since just left it up. I usually try to use the same picture across the board, but you can always ensure you have the right person by checking my website link cave, which is KimberlySueIverson.com/link-cave. Want a chance for your story to be featured? Whether you're an author starting out, published and want a boost, have a tale of old to tell that has been passed down through family, or just want to share your own life experience, get in touch. Email storiesToRead@KimberlySueIverson.com. That's storiesToRead@KimberlySueIverson.com.